Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in to episode 4 of the Moon Summit Mystery, where we are working to solve the murder of Toby. We are getting one step closer in this episode. I am joined, as always, by my amazing and lovely partner and wife, Mrs. Strange, aka Red Panda. First, spoiler warning: if you have not seen episodes 1 through 3, those are up on YouTube as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then right up there in that corner, there's going to be a little clickable link that'll take you straight to the playlist. You can get caught up and then come right back here. So there you go. So let's cover briefly, get caught up. Where are we at in the case?
Let's see. We decided he was murdered with a knife.
Right.
We figured that out in episode 1. Episode 2, we figured out there was a specific trail that was taken that the killer used to get to and from where he was murdered at. And then last episode, I think there was some kind of a sheet that had some Wi-Fi information on it, because you could only use the Wi-Fi in camp. It was bad outside of camp. And I think we were able to rule out Nigel, which was the guy who kept writing all the letters back to the university, reports or whatever. So we were able to rule him out.
So yeah, because it was very limited range on the Wi-Fi, and so you had to basically using that, it helped us solve that he was on his laptop and therefore was in the camp at the time of that. Nope, Nigel did it. No, look, we already eliminated Nigel as a suspect. Okay, it's fine. So yeah.
And then I think we also saw Lillian apparently loves drama. We got to watch all of her videos, and she was trying so hard to find drama and create a narrative that really probably wasn't there.
Right.
So I feel like that's somehow going to matter later on.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That was really it. Oh, and a bunch of ciphers that were impossible to solve, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah. So that we will, I know last episode, but towards the end of the episode, we said that we would talk a little bit about those ciphers once we got them solved. So this is going to sound weird and out of order because I'm probably going to upload that video first, but we're going to do a video on what we did to solve those ciphers from episode 3. Get that uploaded as a more short kind of video, quick video to throw up there on YouTube for y'all to see how we came to be able to solve them, and then as well, and then once I edit this video, we'll get it put up there on YouTube as well. So hey, Hexfax, welcome in. Let's see. So do we want to dive in then and see what evidence we have? All right, right on over here to the evidence room. Okay.
Dun.
So we've got a few things this month. Not as many items, I don't think, this month.
Yeah, that's a little later.
So I'll grab that.
Still love their dossiers. They always put everything in a little dossier.
Yeah.
So fun. Ooh.
All right, so we got some evidence.
Ooh, it's a wallet from his backpack.
Okay.
So this was the closest thing we know of so far that's been found.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Found inside of his backpack. 'Cause his backpack was with his body. I believe it was like near his body.
Yeah. It was near. Yeah, it was near the body.
Suspect not applicable because it was totally a bear attack.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Totally a bear attack.
We'll open that in a second because I'm betting there's something juicy in that. So.
Okay.
And then we've got a letter from Amy, and also another letter from Michelle Gray.
Okay.
So she's writing to us again. And then inside our little dossier, we've got... Ooh, that's pretty drawings.
Okay.
It's a ghost lynx. It's a picture
there
of
we go.
I'm making an assumption based on the drawing that it's a ghost lynx. That is unfounded at this point, but suspicious.
Right.
Compared to this badger.
So we got the PI letter, Amy letter. Looks like a weekly report.
Yep.
Field journal page.
That'd be that.
Character notes.
Would that be this?
That's what my guess is.
That looks like another play-by-play from Lillian's drawings from the last episode.
The next part looks like it's probably the trap sensor log.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
And a luggage tag.
Yes. Oh God. Not again.
Yeah. So when I was photocopying and scanning all the documents in, I saw that and I was like,
No.
"Oh, this is not gonna be fun."
Nope. Nope.
The Morse code ciphers are
Awful.
absolutely horrible.
Awful.
So yeah. All right. Let me head over to wrong one.
We'll give it our best go. I'm not promising.
So over here to the investigation room. So we'll get this pulled up. If you want to read over the letter from Michelle Gray.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. So,
or while you're reading that, I'll get everything put into the Discord for you so that you can see the evidence as well. If you're not a part of the Discord, there's the link in the chat right now. And then if you're watching this later on YouTube, it'll be down in the description down below.
Okay. All right. We're really starting to see some progress now. With one less suspect to worry about, we can keep narrowing our focus. According to the evidence you found, Nigel was encamped during the time of the murder using Wi-Fi that was limited to only the immediate area. I'm impressed you were able to figure that out from the tiny details in those documents Amy sent. This investigation seems to be reliant on picking out the small, seemingly insignificant facts and piecing them together into something cohesive. Luckily, it looks like you have a knack for the process now. There are 4 remaining suspects to evaluate. By now, I'm sure you've started developing some theories, especially regarding motive. Just remember to consider the means and opportunity when assessing the suspects, too. First, we need to focus on proving who isn't the killer. It'll make things easier as we progress. Since we're this far in, it might be good idea to revisit some of the past materials Amy sent to refresh your memory. Even when I've taken some amazing notes, I sometimes go back and realize that I've missed something. All right.
Okay.
The new desktop password is blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You'll see that I've updated Deviant Tracker sample tab with some test results from the evidence Amy sent me. Before you take a look at that, you might want to read through the other documents. When you're finished, follow the same assignment as last time. Eliminate one more suspect. I've updated the assignment text file on the desktop so you can use it as a reference. Contact me using the same message as before, and I'll reply as quickly as I can. Michelle.
All right.
I do like that. Don't look at this yet. Make sure you do it last.
Yeah. Which one are we looking
Message
at? Message
received. The whatever was on the website you printed out. He said we need to look at that last.
The DNA evidence?
Whatever Deviant Tracker evidence there is.
Okay, so that'll be last.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have it numbered backwards then in the files, but that's okay. I think I numbered for order of file, I numbered DNA samples as number 9 and the documentary reviews as number 10.
That's fine.
So, yep. All right. So, up next is going to be a letter from Amy.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is so that should all be up there for you as well, chat in Discord for you to be able to start pulling stuff and seeing. Be able to read along if you would like. All right, so let's see. I can read this one since you just read that one. Okay. Investigator Michelle gave me an update. I'm relieved to know we can rule at least one person out, leaving us with 4 potential murderers. That sounds bad, but I've just been so suspicious of everyone since I haven't been able to put the blame onto one person yet. Guilty until proven innocent, I guess. Or is it the other way around? Well, either way, this feels like one step closer to getting closure. I've been worried that all the materials I'm sending aren't enough, but you seem to find good evidence with them regardless. I haven't found any additional pages of Toby's notebook, additional pages of Toby's notebook yet, but I'll keep looking. Out of everyone in this expedition archive, those pages are the most important. Well, at least to me they are. I did find Toby's wallet, though, so I sent that along with some more documents. Let me grab this. It might be a little bit easier for me to read it. For some reason, I'm having trouble reading off of the screen. All right. Boom. There's one piece of evidence I wasn't able to give you because I already sent it to Michelle for DNA testing, a bloody gauze. I don't think I'll get it back. When I test DNA samples for my zoology classes, the process ends up destroying them. I wonder if forensic testing is similar to what we do in class. Anyway, I took a photo of the gauze inside its evidence bag and sent that to Michelle as well. You should be able to see the photo in Deviant Tracker with the test results whenever they're ready. I also uploaded a new file named Documentary Reviews to my university account. I guess I was inspired by all your sleuth work, so I did some digging of my own. Well, I did an internet search, if that counts. I found those reviews and thought they might help us out, since you're trying to evaluate all the suspects. It seems like getting to know everyone's past could be a real eye opener. Hopefully, learning more will help you cross someone else off the potentially a murderer list. Signed, Amy Takahashi. All right. So our objective this episode is to eliminate another suspect.
Who did not do it?
Yeah. So we're trying to narrow it down to 3 instead of the 4. So at the end, what we'll do is we'll go to the contact page and then put in the email and subject field, type the full name of one character who cannot be the murderer. So we'll see what we can find out. Which look for.
I don't even look at my phone. Oh well. Trying to find it so I can pull up the Deviant Tracker website too, but never mind.
Okay.
I don't know what to do with it. What do we want to look at next?
Let's take a look at. Well, we can do weekly report. See what the update was.
Sure. So
Okay.
Nigel was doing one of these every week, from what we could tell. Like I think the week of Toby's death, it was like week report number 17 was the one he was
Right.
sending in. So
Okay.
let's see. August 22nd to Douglas Blinkley. Another week in the Great Alaskan Wilderness, and another report with nothing to well report. We still have yet to find any evidence of the ghost links. Conrad has mentioned that he has a few promising leads, but hasn't shared them with the rest of the team. My guess is that he's deciding to start exploring the cave systems of the region more rigorously. I suggested doing so months ago, but Conrad's pride wouldn't allow him to follow someone else's plan. It has been rather difficult for me to not bring up that if he had taken my advice from the start, we might have found something by now. But at this point, I'll be satisfied seeing any kind of results. Things have calmed down considerably after last Friday's excitement. I am truly sorry that we had such an incident. It brings me no joy to have to send this document. I hope that the board doesn't let one small unfortunate event color their perception of the entire expedition. Conrad has assembled a top-notch group, but a few of our team members have more volatile personalities than others. I suppose that is the nature of any group dynamic, and I feel we have all learned from that mistake and moved past it. In fact, I believe the team is getting along better than ever in recent days. Lillian has been a joy to work with. I think her creative spirit was sparked by a little excitement. She has been recording more footage than ever. Emma has been keeping a low profile, which I suppose is to be expected, but she has been dedicating more and more of her time to aiding Conrad in sample collection and analysis. Even Rusty has gotten in on the new sense of camaraderie. Just yesterday, he offered to take Toby out on a hike to some of the more scenic areas of the region so the lad could get some new photographs. I don't think I've ever seen Toby so jubilant. I'm hoping by next week our luck.
It was Rusty. Oh.
I'm hoping by next week our luck with the ghost links will have changed. It is getting rather difficult to continue sending one report after another, simply restating how Conrad's great expedition is not turning out how he thought it would. He has mentioned several times that he has hopes the results from this trip will enable him to retire from the field and focus on lecturing, but it will be rather difficult for him to rest on his laurels if he fails to come back with any evidence once again.
Okay.
What was the date of death? It was the 29th, wasn't it?
Yep, 29th.
Okay, so this is like probably report number 16.
And this was saved on the 22nd.
Okay, yeah.
So, okay. Yep, date August 22nd, 2018. All right. So next up we have a drawing of, it looks like the links. So maybe the ghost links. Depiction of a drawing of the ghost links.
I think based on his description, this is what that looks like.
Yeah. So we got that. So this is the note page from Toby's notebook, right?
Is it? 'Cause I thought she said she couldn't find anything else from Toby's notebook.
Wait, what is this from then?
I don't know. I just could have sworn she said that this was not from Toby's notebook. It is this field journal page.
Oh yeah, I haven't found any additional pages, but I'll keep looking.
So we don't know whose this is. I'm assuming it might be Conrad, just because of the animal he's described seeing, and he's the only one that's ever supposedly seen one. Never mind. And all my time working for Conrad. This must be Nigel's.
Maybe?
Oh no, maybe we weren't supposed to know. Maybe we need to read it as ambiguous and we slowly piece it together on the back end.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and keep going.
I'm trying to figure out if, because usually they say like what all they've given us.
And that's my thing is I'm betting there's a reason they didn't tell us whose it is yet. I think it's probably part of what we need to figure out. Oh jeez. Freaking footprints are everywhere, honey.
More.
Even
more footprints. Oh, footprints.
No. So, in context, last episode we found a code that had footprints, and it was very Morse code, very tricky. Could not figure it out. Not my favorite code so far. And I keep seeing footprints everywhere now, which is just like poking the bear slightly because it was very difficult.
Yeah,
it was one of the toughest codes I've had yet through this series. So
no, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we don't know who this is from. But
let's go ahead and read it.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can always I mean, there's like 6 people total. One's dead, one's eliminated as a suspect, there's 4 left. So
I was trying to see if there was something mentioned in here that like said, hey, this page is from
it's definitely not Conrad because of the way they talk about Conrad. They speak of Conrad by name, so it's not Conrad. So it's Rusty, Lily, Emma, or probably Nigel.
Right.
Or Toby.
Alright, so lack of results is frustrating, but it has given me time to reflect. In all of my time working for Conrad, I've never known him to be wrong. So it isn't a matter of if we prove the Ghost Links is here, but when. That being said, Moon Summit is incredibly remote. Telling the world a new species lives here will bring the scourge of ecotourism upon the park. Best case scenario, tourists keep their distance to observe the Ghost Links, but even that will have consequences. A team at Oxford just published that the mere presence of dive cages changes how white sharks behave. Bringing tourists to Moon Summit could forever alter Ghost Link's behavior.
It's Emma, by the way. Just by what she's saying, this is definitely Emma's book.
Yeah.
She's the one that was an activist and was very anti becoming commercialized. Yeah.
Worst case scenario, poachers overrun Moon Summit while so-called conservation efforts fund black market dealers to pad their own wallets. Look at how tigers and elephants are treated at so-called sanctuaries. Gilded cages that only serve those willing to pay for natural experiences. If we are to protect this magnificent creature, no one can ever know it exists. Okay. And we also saw that we got what, 3?
3 what?
Right here, the 3 footprints and the 2.
Yeah.
So 3 small, and then 2 short. Okay. So I don't know if that's supposed to be something for us or not.
That is the question.
Okay. So then we got next up is this was called character notes. Okay. So it says that I'm guessing these are each person. So C is probably Conrad. N is Nigel. E is what, Emma?
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you about this really quick? This is driving me nuts. So I want to see what your thoughts are. So in all of these, there's all these little circles and all these marks through it. Is that just for sketching, or is that any type of code? So I'm not matching it up with anything else.
Correct. No. So like same thing, like like small, quick sketches.
It's just the small.
So
so she's basically building a frame in the face.
Correct. So if you notice, the circles are like at the joints.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was even seeing it here in the rib cage. She's like shaping out the rib cage and stuff like that. So I was just curious if you saw anything in it that would mean anything.
Not that I'm aware of. I didn't. I just chalked it up that it was the frame that then she would draw around to draw out the animal.
All right, just wanted to double check. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He gets an extra foot.
All right, so it says C for, I'm guessing, Conrad. Always on schedule, perfectionist, micro manages, checks jacket pocket often, never takes anything out. Complains that R's protocols limit freedom. No proof yet. Will he try to extend or retire with nothing? Let's see. Have B7 need B14. Make more impatient. So these are notes for.
Oh, these are the Lillian's camera shots, I think, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's what I was trying to think of. So these probably tie back then to those camera shots.
Let's pull them back out.
Because they're saying B7 and need B14, make more impatient. Almost always in lab, so this is in, which is Nigel, so almost always in lab and only in camp. And only one in camp. Advantageous, picky about his meals, hygiene, and sleep. Could cause issue if toiletry is misplaced or food supply limited. Have B7 need mediating shot after meditating, maybe shot after B11 through B15.
I think mediating is the right one. I think it's where he's like trying to resolve a conflict.
Yeah.
But the B7 shot that was spoken about with Conrad, it's Conrad leaning over a map with Nigel facing away, narrating each person was focused on their own private goals. So that's B7. So she has that shot, but she needs
a shot for B14.
So B14 shot would be flash forward continued. Jump cut close up of arguing. Still need.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically she's wanting a conflict.
Yeah,
she's wanting a conflict scenario.
Okay.
And then what's this one? So she's got the B7, which is the Conrad Nigel looking away shot, but needs mediating shot after B11 to 15. So that would mean...
So after those shots, so they're adding another shot in there somewhere.
So I assume that would be B16, but I don't know.
Probably.
That's weird. Flash forward ends, continued long shot of
Or
Toby.
between B15 and B16.
Okay.
Okay,
because there's arguing, and then there's a jump cut of an altercation, and after that it'd be someone mediating the altercation. Yeah. Okay. Which makes sense, because Nigel would be the one that would probably talk people down out of a fight. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So E is Emma?
Yeah.
Okay, so stays in camp more often, lashing out more, won't talk about Whitlock, debate conservation, climate change, ecoterrorism. So, and then comes back from field work with no samples. It says she has B8 but needs B11. Isolate E, R, and T.
So isolate Emma, Rusty, I don't know.
And Toby.
Oh, okay, yep. So let's see. So sorry, just because it's easier, can I go ahead and plug in the B8?
Yeah, B11.
Okay. Well, B8, which is what she has. So she has B8. Yeah. So that's going to be the eyeline match part 1, close up of Emma looking to her side and up. At that time, she still needed it, so apparently she's gotten it between these two.
Okay.
And it just says, and each day was brimming. That's all it says. So it's basically like a close up of Emma. She got that. So then needs B11, which would be flash forward jump cut of arguing. Still need. Everyone's arguing in some way or shape or form, but she doesn't have those yet. She's just drooling in anticipation for when she gets those shots.
Exactly.
Isolate ER and T. I assume that means like get more single shots of them, but we aren't sure.
Yeah. R would be Rusty, so not with E as much lately, which they supposedly maybe had a thing or whatever the case may be. Goes alone to check traps, etc. Attitude when people question protocols. It says she has B9 but need shot of delivering first aid.
Okay, so B9 for him. This is definitely Rusty in the photo. It says eyeline matching part 2. Low angle shot of Rusty smirking. Emma's point of view still need. Narration with a palpable tension in the air.
Right.
Because remember, there's like a supposed thing
going on. Yeah, no, there's a thing.
But it sounds like there might not be a thing anymore because Rusty's going off alone, and if he's going off alone, he ain't having a thing.
Right, exactly. All right, so then Toby, eager to please but less energetic, stopped giving opinions, input into group decisions, seems preoccupied, is on laptop at night, doesn't share photos anymore during mealtime, have B10, B16, need B11 through B15, which we kind of looked at a second ago.
Basically a big fight sequence.
Up something in lab. Yeah, that was the fight stuff.
We just don't know who she. It looks like she's trying to have him argue with everybody.
Yeah,
because like it's random people, random people. Yeah, it looks like there's multiple fights.
Okay.
Doesn't share photos anymore in mealtime. That's interesting because the one thing we've understood about Toby so far is how positive and happy and optimistic and chipper he is, and then he's like overly positive for everyone that they can't stand it. So it's kind of interesting that he's more preoccupied, more quiet on his laptop late. So I'm honestly wondering what did he see in his photos that he's no longer wanting to share, and is there something he's concerned or worried about? You know what I mean?
Well, so we know that he was submitting stuff to the magazine. So that could have been part of it. The other part of it, this is written pretty close towards his date of death.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like at that point the group was very much like well into this, right? And maybe he just started not doing it because he realized that nobody, you know,
that he wasn't fitting in the group, and that they were all kind of annoyed by him and or not wanting to engage with him anymore. Yeah, it's very possible.
So
okay.
Yeah. Next up after that would be the Sentry recording software. So this is for the traps. As the traps are triggered, it looks like we've got last triggered and last reset. So trap number L33, I'm already seeing. L33 last triggered at 8:33 p.m. on the 29th, the date of death. It looks like it was reset at 10:11 p.m.
Let me see. Where are you at? I'm sorry. I'm trying to see this
line 2.
So L33?
Yeah.
Okay.
So B24 was triggered on the 24th and reset on the 24th. T07 was the 18th. U21 was the 21st. And W34 was the 19th. So I don't think any of those are going to matter. But L33 was on.
Yeah. And there's no 29th. There's no like repeating of the same trap. Now I'm curious though, we don't know where L33, well, never mind. Is L33 going to be in L grid 33? Because I'm going to hate
No.
Okay. I was going to be very embarrassed if that was the case.
I don't think so, but I think it was labeled or something.
I'm looking. So I know the cameras were labeled, but...
See if this is the right side.
No, it probably is L33, I'm betting. Let's see. Traps are squared, so it is L33. So it's exactly what I was thinking it was. So that's all the way over here, though.
Okay.
So that would potentially prove Rusty's claim. I was actually rereading Rusty and Emma's alibis again today.
Yeah.
And can I just tell you, they're the only two that are really bothering me right now. And it's because they basically aren't corroborating each other at all, but he's not mentioning her at all, but she's mentioning him quite a bit. It's just weird. Like, for Rusty, just as a context, I want to know the timing of what he was saying. For Rusty, he said something about going to fix a trap and getting into a fight with the lynx that tore up his arms a bit.
Yeah.
So do you want me to read? Never mind. Do you want me to read this or?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. Last night, we got up peeing off of one of the traps at the east end of camp. So after dinner, I decided to head out to go check what we got, and reset it. Once I got there, I thought our luck had finally turned when I saw there was a cat inside, but it wasn't a ghost lynx. Or it wasn't a ghost, it was just a regular Loup Cervier, which I believe is the word lynx.
Yeah.
The SOB put up a heck of a fight and got my arm pretty good while I was setting it free. I made it back to camp and wrapped up my arm before turning in for the night. But I always like to check and see everyone's accounted for. I shared a tent with Toby and realized he wasn't there, and then he goes on to describe that. But that entire event he describes does not mention Emma at all.
Right.
But when she's giving her statement, she clearly says, we ate dinner at 8:30, nothing unusual. Toby didn't say anything about wanting to go outside of camp. After dinner, we usually have some downtime before checking in for the night. Rusty wanted to check on a trap, and I wanted to go with him. It was around 11 that we were all back at camp together, except Toby. Rusty didn't want to split the group up again, so we went looking for him together. So she says the words, I wanted to go with him, but not that she went with him, but he never mentions her, period.
Right, and in those notes, in the character notes, they're saying that he's going out checking these traps alone. quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
So
I'm very suspicious that
so
something
Chad,
Emma was doing was annoying him.
on the map that in case you couldn't see it on the other camera as well. So right here is the trap.
Can you give me the date or the times it was triggered?
Yeah.
Military time.
2033, which would be 8:33 p.m. And then it was reset at 22:11, which would be 10:11 p.m.
So that would make sense. So if Rusty was all the way over there, there is no way he could have been hurting Toby.
But isn't that the path that somebody took to get back to camp?
So the path that someone took back to camp was, I believe, 4 up through here.
Right, but then they came south.
This, but this right here has nothing to do with that. Getting rid of the weapon. What if they were throwing the weapon in the river? What time was that? 10:11?
Well, I figure that if they were going to throw it in the river, it would have been here because that's really close. But at the same time, this is very in relative distance. That path that they would have come down to then get back to camp, they would have come down like this path here, right? They would have come down this path and then gone into the camp.
But why would they have gone left instead of right? Explain that to me.
Why would they? So why would Rusty, if playing devil's advocate of that, if it was Rusty, right? Rusty leaves after killing Toby, walks the path back, needs an alibi, knows that trap had been tripped earlier because they got tripped when? Where's the thing?
8:33.
Right, and it took you 2 hours?
Oh, you're right. That's not super far. It's not like he was going all the way up here.
Right. So it took you 2 hours to get from camp to there. But what time did they say that they got done with dinner?
I think Emma said it was around 8:30. That's when they had dinner, I think, is what Emma said was 8:30.
Okay, so they had dinner at 8:30. So part of that time frame is them eating dinner.
Yeah, so it's probably more like 9:30 they all started scattering, probably.
Yeah, so maybe
we ate dinner at 8:30.
And so in his alibi, does he say what time that he left the camp?
That's what I'm looking for. No.
Okay.
I'm looking to see if anyone else says anything about what time dinner ended.
Right. Because, I mean, I would say that would eliminate him, but that's only 4 minutes before the end of our cutoff.
Yeah. There's still time.
It's not like it put it like in the middle, right? It didn't say
don't know how long it would take to go from
9:45.
here. We don't know how long it takes.
So like if it had said that, he got out there and reset it at like 9:45, then I would say, there's no way that he went that far.
I do have Beth Fleming. She's one of the Rangers. She has a report she did, and she says that after we met the team, Rusty / Mr. Todd explained that dinner ended at around 9.
Okay.
And then they had some free time before they turned in at 11. So there's a 2-hour window where everyone's scattered.
Okay.
So we would have to count from basically 9 to 11. So the thing is, it was triggered around 8:30.
Well, we already eliminated some time and narrowed it down to 10:15.
So none of them could have triggered it. It most likely, it was probably the cat that triggered it. The cat was trapped. Okay. So the question is, did it really take him 2 hours to go free a cat that was so close to camp?
Did it take him an hour and a half or an hour and 15 minutes?
When did he say he showed back up at camp? Did he?
Well, no, because if dinner was at 9, then
no, dinner was at 8:30.
Oh, it was 8?
It was done at 9.
It was done at 9. Okay, so dinner was done
9
at
to
9,
11. Yeah,
which means that from 9 to 10:11 is an hour and 11 minutes.
9 to 10, 10 to 11 is 2 hours.
No, not 2:11, 10:11. So instead of 10:15, 11 minutes past 10 p.m.
Why are you getting the 10:11? I'm sorry, you were losing.
Because that's this. They got reset at 22:11.
So you're counting from the time dinner ended until the time the trap was reset. So you're saying
Correct.
How long he took to reset. Okay.
Right.
Sorry, I'm trying to follow, babe.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, so he reset the trap at 22:11.
Okay.
So 10:11 p.m. And so what I'm saying is then why did it take him from 9 p.m. to 10:11 p.m. to reset the trap?
Well, because the problem is we still don't know when he got back to camp, technically.
Right.
He's
saying that he headed out right after dinner.
Yeah.
Went back.
Yeah.
And then, or went out there.
You're right. It doesn't smell right.
So if it took you an hour and 11 minutes, essentially, well, I mean, it could be that part of that time was him. He didn't reset until after he got the cat out. But
again, I agree.
still,
It's not going to take that long to get the cat out.
if it took you 45 over 50 minutes to get out there, and it only takes you 45 minutes to get back, and even then, you still had to get actually less time than that because you had to get back and clean up and bandage yourself before 11. So I don't know. I don't know that I don't know that just by him supposedly resetting this trap that fully eliminates him.
No, I agree.
But yeah,
what I was bringing up is the trap does go with the alibi he had given originally.
Correct. Yes,
it matches what he was stating. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying it eliminates him 100%. I was just stating it does acknowledge the alibi he gave. It matches up to what he'd already said, I guess.
Right. So, and like I said, if I feel like I would feel a lot stronger that it would eliminate him if that time was sooner. Just because I don't feel like he can make it from that cave out to that trap.
Yeah.
Now the thing is that can he make? Well, no, like I said, yeah, he made it back to camp in time. So did he have enough time?
The thing is, when we keep saying in time, do you think he reset the trap before he went to camp or not? Are you saying he killed Toby, went to camp, then went back out to reset the trap, then went back to camp again?
Killed Toby, and then on his way back to camp, went and reset the trap.
Okay. I still feel like Rusty's just way too obvious, but it's very possible it could be him.
Yeah.
I'm just very convinced that just seems like way too obvious.
I don't know, chat. What do you guys think? Like, do you think that? So with this, right? So our murder happened over here, near number 2. So Toby's body was found over here, and then we had the killer took path 4 up, through, and then down to the camp. So went this way, which would put him right near the river, which is also where that mirror was found, right?
Which
that
one?
the signal mirror. Signal mirror was found up in near this area, if I remember right. Where's the
Good Lord, Conan, seriously. Compass was here.
Oh, compass. Never mind. So the compass was found near there. I knew something had been found up there in that bed.
Ground squirrel burrow was down here. Sorry, my own handwriting is so awful. It's hard to read. Medallion was found down at the bottom.
Okay.
That Rusty's medallion.
So the compass was found here, which could belong then to the killer, which means that if they took that path and went this way, they may have dropped their compass as they were going to throw the knife in the river.
Is it horrible of me though that I don't think if anyone needed a compass, Rusty would have? Rusty knew that place like the back of his hand.
But that could be also argued to say that that's why he had the compass, was because he knows the place, right? Like,
possible. I'm just saying.
I mean, even if I know the woods of a place, I would still want to take a compass, having that level of experience.
Right. I'm just saying that most people that are that experienced with a specific area, it sounds like this was his full-time job.
True.
Most of them wouldn't depend or have the compass out. It could have fallen out, sure.
That's
but
what I mean, yeah.
Most people wouldn't have been like, I need to know where I'm navigating to. I mean, especially if it's a trail. If they were off the trail, maybe.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look at, next up would be the luggage tag. For to Anchorage, Alaska from Denver, Colorado. And there was some Morse code on the back of it.
I'm going to just step away and grab my phone.
Okay.
I need a drink anyway. Sorry, I'll be right back. You can start talking about Morse code. I'll be right back. Sorry.
I'm not even going to begin to try to decipher this. Because, yeah.
Because there was a hint with regards to Morse code that we got stuck on and couldn't figure out, and I just wanted to re-see what the hint was from the last episode.
Okay.
Sorry. All right.
So it says the hint for this episode for the luggage tag is that the coded message can be solved using the same method used for the safety protocols message from episode 3.
It'd be helpful if we could have solved it. That's the only one I can't solve.
Luggage tag hint number 2. The 2 different handwritings used for the coded messages are found on other documents and items in this episode and past episodes. There you go.
Sorry, one more time.
The two different handwritings used for the coded messages are found on other documents and items in this episode and past episodes.
So, based on the fact that it was on Emma's journal page, we could assume Emma's part of it.
Right. And with the other one being on the other thing, maybe it's Rusty.
That's what I'm wondering, if they're like sneaky language between the two of them or something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So. Okay.
I'm just checking something real quick.
So, I mean, I'm thinking maybe.
Go on to the DNA while
I'm thinking the footprints are Emma. And the filled in icons is Rusty. Since we deciphered that R was on the back of that medallion.
Oh, yeah.
So I would assume that he probably scratched it in there as R on the back of it, so that, like, to indicate
it's his. Yeah.
So
I just wanted to see what the episode hints for 3 was, because there was a few episode hints for the code then, but we were stuck still, and now that we have a little bit more about it, maybe it would help.
Like, I remember that it's Morse code.
Well, I know that part. I guess before we just flat out cheat, I was just wanting to try whatever we could to figure out an answer. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I just didn't want to.
We could try to decipher it and try to decode it as Morse code.
Well, again, if you want, why don't you go onto the DNA while I'm looking up this part before we get stuck down a rabbit hole we're not getting out of.
Yeah.
And so that we have all the information possible going into trying to solve the code. While I'm looking up this, you could be going over the DNA with everyone else.
Okay.
If that works with you.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to cheat and look yet. I want a chance to try to crack this twice here.
We can see this. Okay. So there's some more slashes in this. So I'm wondering if that's where it's breaking up the words.
So you think everything before that, so like all that stuff
before that first slash might be one word.
Okay.
This one looks more spaced between stuff.
Yeah.
So like the first one might be E. I did put multiple copies of this so that we could write on it.
Awesome. That sounds good. Let's try that then. Let's at least give it a go. Because this one was an absolute nightmare. This is the one we tried solving last time, and it was brutal. Let me just say it simply.
It's just because there was no, like, spacing.
No, there wasn't at all. I mean, barely. I mean, some of these barely, but it just was not.
You could not make out the spacing.
Yeah, friendly enough. So, do you already have it pulled? You have it? Okay. Let me get a Morse code thing pulled up here.
Yep, I got one pulled up as well.
Oh, do you? Okay, go ahead then. Start doing it.
So the first one is going to be E.
Okay.
And then I think it's A. And then we've got a dash dot dash, which would be K. And oh wait, hold on. That first letter is not E. I got it backwards. The last one is E.
So the tiny footprint alone is E.
Yeah, because that would be the dot.
I was going to say,
the other one's a
dash
by itself, so let me see where that would be T.
Okay, can you double check? That makes sense. Take. So we're on the right track, so that works. Okay. So then it would be a dash by itself, followed by 3 dashes by itself.
Okay. So dash by itself is T.
Okay. And now 3 dashes by themselves.
O.
Now 1 dash with 3 dots.
This.
I didn't even know there was 4 characters. That's crazy.
Okay, so you said dash and 3 dots, right?
Correct. 1 dash, 3 dots.
I don't have 1 dash 3 dots. Seeing.
I mean, look at me. Maybe
Oh,
I'm
there it is.
reading it wrong.
B. I
B?
found it. Yeah,
I'm like, I
it's
can
B.
start Googling it, but
No, you're fine.
all
I
right.
just couldn't see it.
Okay, the last one's going to be a Y then. Is dash dot dash dash a Y?
It is.
Dash dot dash dash. Okay, so take Toby.
Okay.
All right, so
And then 3 dashes again, looks
again
like.
it would be O.
Yep.
We already talked about that. And then so this next one I believe would be a dash dot, but tell me if that's agreed to you. That looks like a dash dot to me, but you tell me.
Yeah, dash dot, which should be N.
On. Take Toby on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So 4 small dots.
H
Okay, 2 small dots.
is I.
And then dash dot dash, which I think we said was K. And then a dot by itself, what do you say it was, an E?
Yep.
Okay, now 2 dots. We also had that one. What was that? 2 dots.
2 dots is I. Yep.
Okay, and then a dash dot.
What was that? N.
Okay, now these next ones, do you think those are together or by themselves? There's 2 small feet. They look spaced out to me. But that would make sense because it would be E.
I'm thinking EE, and then let's see what that last letter is.
Okay.
Which is D. So need.
Okay.
That's what
so
I would
take
say.
Toby on hiking. Wait. Hike. I need something. Okay.
Yep.
So take Toby on hike.
And then
So
dot dash is A.
Okay. A.
And then
dash.
That's a B.
What do you think she's about to say? Break.
I'm guessing.
What's dot dash dot? Is that an R?
Yep. And
then E is the single foot.
Yep. And
is
then
A a dot dash?
Dot dash is A, and then dash dot dash is K.
Yep. Well, cool. I'm getting a little better at reading this Morse code stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so because Emma was really annoyed by him for whatever reason, he was driving Emma crazy. And I think it's because he was excited about a creature to find. She was panicking that the second we find the creature, the world's coming in, this creature's going to suffer, die miserably, and be tortured forever. Like, just very doomsday.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now we've got this next one is it looks like dot dot dash dot. So let me see.
Okay.
What we have.
I'm going to try to fill in the few I do know. That looks like an E. You're trying to find the dot dot dash dot?
Yeah, unless it's is separated a little bit.
Well, it's something IE. So that first word, or sorry, never mind. It's 4 letters, not 3. What's a dash dot? Let's work on a different one.
Dash.
A dash dot
is N.
Okay, so it's something INE. So fine. Not time. Time wouldn't work. You said dot a dash slash. Sorry, a dash.
It looks
dot
like dot dot dash dot.
Yes,
but
I
I'm
agree.
not seeing.
9. What is an M? Look at an M.
Dash dash.
Okay, so dash dash is an M. Okay, what about an F?
There it is. Yep.
Sorry, I was working backwards.
Dot dot dash dot. Yeah, I don't know why I could not see that for the life of me.
Well, it's not like the dots are very obvious. Like, it's really hard. I legitimately came up with an entirely different saying from the last episode, but I was absolutely stunned that I was wrong.
Right.
It was so embarrassing.
Okay.
Let's see. So the next word, so fine.
So I won't zoom in on it.
Okay. So now we're dealing with dash dot dash dash. And I've already got the second letter.
Dash dot dash dash is Y.
Okay, so the second letter is an O. So then the next grouping is going to be dot dot dash.
U.
Okay, so U. O. So I bet this is going to be O me. So what's dot dash dash? Is that a W? Dot dash dash.
Yep.
Okay, so yes, U O. And I'm betting these last two are going to be me. So dash dash. And then a lone pop print. Okay. Now that we have that figured out, we want to go back to the beast of the original and see if we can get it.
Of episode 3? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, we can go back to it later.
What I say?
I kind of have that one all chicken scratch. We probably need to make another copy for our own sanity. I actually tried going back into the hints and I can't find the answer. I swore the answer was there, but I can't find it.
It would probably be in the reveals instead of the hints.
What was last episode? 3?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But
So the major difference is that like
they're
just squished together so much that you cannot tell where the breaks are.
No. But see, like
because they all look spaced the same. So not the hints.
Oh, here we go.
You need the reveals.
Oh, okay. I thought you just told me to look at the hints. Sorry.
No. I was saying you needed the reveals. So episode 3, and then episode recap.
I did that, and it's not in there. I had them all printed off, and it's not there. Here. Oh, never mind. I'm just blind as a bat. No, see, it's not. Oh, here we go. No, see, it's...
That's postcard.
Right. See, the reveals not... Oh, it's just reveals in Morse code. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right.
Cool. We can keep going.
Yep. So what was the message we got this time?
So we got basically Emma saying, "Take Toby on hike. I need a break."
Okay.
And then he, in response, went, "Fine. You owe me."
Right.
Because apparently Toby's a little chipper and drives Rusty nuts.
Okay.
And Rusty can't stand it. So.
Well, next up is going to be... Here you go.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Next up is going to be the wallet.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
I haven't looked yet. I'm very excited. Dun, dun, dun.
We have an ID.
Okay. ID, grad student. Okay, that is a rough photo. I can't help but comment on the photo. All right, this is an official Whitlock. Why would he have carried this with him in the middle of nowhere?
I mean, they probably all have their ID, like some kind of. Probably all have their student ID on them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's not many university buildings in the middle of Alaskan wilderness. Just
true.
saying. Would you carry your wallet around camp?
Wallet.
I wouldn't carry it around camp. That'd be weird.
Okay, and then so behind that ID is a piece of paper, it looks like. So, with a message on it. I don't think there was anything on the backside of it. I
so that's interesting. No, there's not.
So
now I'm interested because who knew Toby was talking to the IT people?
What do you mean?
It says IT coverworthy instead of it's coverworthy. IT. Remember, someone knew Toby was talking to that magazine company.
Yeah.
Who knew that?
Right.
Was it Emma?
I don't
or was
know.
it Lillian? It was definitely a woman, I feel like.
Right.
But whoever knew he was talking to an IT company, that looks suspicious because it could say it's coverworthy, but it just says it's coverworthy, or is it IT coverworthy for that company?
Yeah, I think you're correct. It was that it's labeled as IT worthy.
Yeah.
So
I'm just suspicious.
Yeah, so Toby, Echo Cavern, Twilight, Shadow of Lifetime, IT cover worthy. Okay. So yeah, but the thing is that whoever gave this note to him is probably the killer.
Right.
Right, because that is the exact location. That's the area where Toby was killed. Was Echo Cavern. So with Toby being killed out there, somebody gave Toby this to set it up, and that's why
to go there.
Yeah.
So they could meet him there and hurt him.
To get him to get out there. But otherwise, though, inside of the wallet was just his ID.
That was all I found, was just his ID. Is there anything
and the paper.
Right.
I didn't find anything else.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just curious, how and when would they have given it to him so that he would have done that by himself without mentioning it to anybody? You know what I mean? Like, they had to do it in a way where they had to make sure he didn't tell anyone else that so-and-so told me this would be a great shot to go out here and do this. And because it's a great shot, I'm like, Lillian's the videographer, so that would make sense that she would say something. Would Emma know what a great shot would be? Like, the only one that would make sense that would come from would be Lillian based on the skill level. So, I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All
Let's see
right.
here.
What else do we have? Was there DNA still to look at?
There is. We were told to look at that last,
I
right?
thought we had nothing left. Is there still
No,
more?
there is.
Oh, okay,
There
sorry.
is uh, the die or the
I'm sorry. I just realized the luggage tag was Emma's. Sorry. I'm just very slow to the uptake right now.
Oh.
Sorry.
So very last page, you should
I'm
have.
working on it. I've been putting them behind each other, so if you go to the last page, it won't work.
That.
Okay, thank you.
Which I think was the. Oh wait, never mind. It wasn't in that. It was in this. That is the documentary reviews. That's the words I was trying to come up with.
What was the documentary about? What I missed?
Um.
Oh, a new file named Documentaries for my university account. Inspired by also all the sleuth work. What does that mean? Oh, this is this documentary she ended up making and publishing. This is Lillian's documentary. Look.
Oh yeah.
Lillian's documentary. Okay.
So this is yes.
Oh my god, that's funny.
So this is the
instead of Rotten Tomatoes,
a film by Lillian Walker, Hatched.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
So it looks like what?
Easter egg. Baker's Dozen is another Hunt a Killer case.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Easter egg. Sorry, I'm excited.
Baker's Dozen streaming now. So that is another episode or another Hunt a Killer case that's out there.
That's funny.
So love the little Easter egg.
Sorry guys, I got way too excited about
that. This is slimy lettuce instead of rotten tomato. But from the director of Mother Earth, a film by Lillian Walker, Hatched. It says that. Wait, is there a?
It says in theaters July 25th of 2008.
Hatchedfilm.com.
Where's that?
Right here.
Oh, interesting.
Very small.
We might have to look at that. Out of curiosity, though, I'm just really confused. In theaters July 25th of 2008. Didn't he die in August of 2008?
No, 2018.
So this is one of her old documentaries, not the one she was filming.
Not the one she's been filming during this.
Okay.
This is a previous one.
Okay.
So.
Are you going to it? Please tell me you're going to it.
I tried, but it doesn't look like it's here.
You did hatchedfilm.com?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer. Do you want me to keep reading what it's about?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so it says, movie info. With the progression of science comes advancements in the field of health and family planning, creating life where previously there was none. In vitro fertilization can help families grow despite their struggles to conceive naturally. Hatch unapologetically explores this scientific start to new life and what it means for families who choose it. Director Lillian Walker journeys to discover how families cope with their choices in the weeks, months, and even years after the procedure. And so we've got a few people critiquing her. The first says, Lillian Walker intrudes on the lives of families celebrating the miracle of birth, turning happy moments into tense and dramatic situations. Says Philip McCroy, U.S. Journal. The next is, to imply that any family would regret bringing life into this world in any form is sickening to me as a mother and a human being. Walker manages to show only the worst of humanity herself in this documentary. Amelia Myers. Okay. Loved the tension and the way the family drama escalated through the film as families turn on one another and realize the true weight of artificial insemination. Don Krieger, The Lightway magazine. This documentary lacks authenticity and at times reason, Darcy Day. Life is so beautiful all on its own. It's a tempting and artistic take. This story makes a mockery of IVF and makes a fool of itself. Jason Oliver. And then last but not least, we have never seen a filmmaker insert themselves so intrusively into a documentary. The reality TV tactics were leading at best. To say her narration was biased is mild. She took these people's lives into her own hands and twisted them. Now that rings true. So that seems to be something she's very normally doing, where she inserted herself into the narrative and twist the narrative to suit her storytelling.
Can you pull up the username and password for Amy or Whitlock University?
Yes.
I forgot that on here I was still logged in as Nigel.
I don't remember his password. I have to look that up too.
Well, I don't need it. I just need.
He's good. His was in the cap. That's right. Hers was.
I just need the username as well.
ORC. All lowercase.
Oh, no. Username.
Oh, username. ATA. KAH. ASHI. ASHI. There you go.
Okay.
And then ORCINUS92.
That should allow me to find this document now. Let's see here. Documents and reviews. I was seeing if anything was clickable that maybe I just didn't realize was clickable, you know.
Try clicking that link that you were just talking about.
Yeah, so I was just trying.
Nothing?
Nope. That's not clickable. That's not clickable. Okay. So view all is not clickable. Looks like it's just like a screenshot type deal.
Okay.
So
zoom in. Let's see if we can read more of that fine print in that corner. Now scroll down to that. Yeah. Anything else you can read in that area?
No.
It's all fuzzy? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of interesting to me, now that we're talking about this. So, when I hear IVF, I think of artificial insemination and all that stuff. That has nothing to do with eggs. Do you know? I mean, do you get it? I mean, they harvest eggs and implant eggs, but I'm just not.
Well, eggs.
Yeah, it's just.
Right.
I think chickens are little creatures that come out slimy after being in an egg, and it's just not the same thing. You don't incubate an infant child. Like, it's just different.
Right.
Oh, no. I guess I get it, but it's just stupid.
I mean, it's got to be incubated even after.
I know, but again, we're talking like eggshell, and it has to climb out on its own, and this is an entirely different experience.
I think it's just she was trying to do it as like a symbolic thing or whatever.
Yeah, because it was created.
Yeah, like instead of normal, that it's like she's obviously trying to be very dramatic, right, with all of her stuff and twisting the whole documentary.
On that note, though, I've been reading their alibis and their like bios, like every single episode, just in case it points out anything new. And there was something that actually rang true on hers because it said that she was trying something in a different direction. So it said for her, it says the department is thrilled to announce nature documentarian and filmmaker Lillian Walker will join the expedition to ensure that any and all discoveries are preserved in video form. Ms. Walker captured the imagination with her 96 series Mother Earth, which earned her numerous awards and accolades. In recent years, her attention has moved towards the underground art house scene. But Ms. Walker is excited to get back to her roots and capturing the wonder and joys of nature's secrets. Her expedition responsibilities will include recording video and audio of all parts of the expedition, conducting field interviews with the rest of the team, and producing a final documentary.
Yeah.
So it kind of says that she went away from nature into drama.
Yeah.
And it sounds like then she tried to take drama into science, which was stupid.
Right.
I'm sorry, slimy lettuce.
Sorry, Chad. I forgot to mention that this next image is going to have blood-like scenes, so just be aware of that in case you're a little bit squeamish. Let's see. Let me grab these documents as well and get them put into the Discord that we just looked at. Okay, so those are now uploaded. I went ahead and put a warning on there about that there's depictions of blood in file number 9. So there you go. So this is the bloody, whatever. What was it? Bloody rag?
It was a bloody rag, but I don't remember how she got a hold of it.
Okay.
Because we're talking Amy. Amy sent it to Michelle, who then sent it off for testing. So how did Amy get a hold of a bloody gauze months after the incident?
Well, so she got it and sent it to.
Right, but again, how did she get it that many months after the incident?
Because it's in an evidence bag.
Right, but
so she must have somehow gotten it from somebody.
I don't have the
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to recall how she came across this. Sorry.
So this is the DNA samples that came through. So partial DNA sample, human male, and then partial DNA sample, unknown. So we know that one sample inside of this blood, so there's two things in the blood. A sample that comes back as human male, and then the other sample is unknown.
Well, that's super irritating because we don't know where it came from. It just says bloody sample. It doesn't say
Right.
where.
So, but down below is a partial DNA sample gallery instead of test results. So the top two are the test results from the bloody rag or the gauze. The rest are galleries. So this is stuff that's in their system or whatever that they know that this is what it looks like. So can we match any of those?
Do you want me to give you the answer? Because I already figured it out.
Okay.
It's the links.
Is it the links, the Canada links?
Yeah, and the only reason is because that's where I started, because in my head, there's no mentioning of gauze anywhere on Toby's body. He never had a chance to do first aid care on himself. And Rusty admitted getting in a fight with the lynx and being physically injured and having to bandage up his arms.
Right.
So when at least by my own eyeballs, I did eyeball it, so I could be wrong. Okay, I'm right.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks pretty.
It was quick eyeballing.
So this is so right here the Canada links. If we look at it, and then we look at up here, we got a line with a big space of two lines. Same thing, line, big space, two lines. So a little faint line in between two. Faint line in between two. Yep. So this is your match right here. So Canada links. So I would say that this, in all honesty, would probably help corroborate Rusty's story.
So Rusty was literally out messing with the lynx.
Fighting a cat and lynx.
And that's true, because we don't know how long he fought the cat for. He could have fought the cat for 10, 20 minutes. We don't know. I mean, he just said the cat tore him up pretty daggone good.
Right. And then he came back with
wounds.
With wounds, which we didn't have the proof of that, right? Now we do. So I would say with that, he obviously had to get back to the camp soon enough to then get washed up before everybody realized that Toby wasn't there, which was 11. But we were able to narrow down the murder time frame down to 10:15 because of trail cameras, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think that might be pointing to Rusty being innocent.
Yeah.
I still think it's a little shady, like you said. Like, it's not as clear as we would like it to be.
It's not as clear as I would like it to be,
but I feel like it's not, there's nothing pointing at anyone else.
There's no evidence anywhere else in here that is saying that we can eliminate anybody else.
I guess we could do what Michelle said and go backwards. She did say to review all the old evidence, remember?
Yeah.
She did stress us to go do that, so... Personally, I think we should probably go and test the Rusty one, just because I don't want to waste like an hour or two more of everyone's time tonight if we're like totally off base and this is really the right answer is Rusty. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to go looking for the zebra
versus
the elephant or whatever.
We'll solve the Rusty one from episode 3 and go over how we solved the other stuff too that you were able to solve in the little.
Right.
Like short episode.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry, maybe you misunderstood me. That's not what I meant. I said, like Michelle said, go back and look at all your old information and see how it portrays now that there's new information to look at too.
Correct.
So she was just saying go over everything. I wasn't even talking about the codes again.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So I think we have done a lot of that. Like you were pulling the alibis, which was awesome. Which helped us, I think, really push and corroborate the alibi. By looking at, does the stuff that Rusty is saying match what we're seeing? So we're seeing DNA evidence now that we don't know for certain is Rusty, but it is more than likely Rusty, along with the links that he fought, because that helps corroborate the story.
It makes sense. He said he treated his wounds. So that would... I just wish we knew where it was found at. That's irritating me.
Yeah, the thing is that it opens up questions then of, like you said, between Emma's statement and his. He doesn't mention that Emma went with him.
No.
She's trying to piggyback on and saying that she went with Rusty, but...
Well, I thought that's what she said originally, but in reading it again today, it said, I wanted to go with him.
Maybe she didn't actually say she went.
Correct. I thought she said she had went with him originally, but just today it was, I wanted to go with him, but it doesn't say I did go with him.
Yeah. What is Rusty?
Tudlick, Tudli. Okay.
Okay. So Rusty.
And actually,
Tudlick.
you'd probably want to call him Russell. Russel. Tudlick.
Rus
Sel.
EL.
I would say
So
that because Rusty is in quotations. If they don't like that, we might want to try it the other way too, just in case. But
all right. Boom.
Are we right? We wrong?
Okay.
Back to the drawing board.
Let me get this screenshot. It looks like we are correct.
Okay, I was worried. I was like, I thought we looked at something wrong.
Yeah, so this is a little bit shorter episode for us.
After the last one, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, but that is okay. Yeah, that last episode, man.
I was so triggered. I have a problem walking away from those ciphers, and that one, I think I sat here for an hour plus after stream while he was still streaming, just going to town.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely over an hour that you were sitting back here.
Figure it out.
To try to figure that out. And then you thought you had it, and it wasn't even close.
Not even remotely close.
Not even close.
Oh, so funny.
All right, so let me get this screenshot put into the Discord. All right, that's got the spoiler cover over it for everybody, just in case. There we go. So we eliminated suspect. Let's go. And then let me open that up as well so we can actually look at it on stream. There we go. All right. It says, so Michelle writes, you really connected the dots with this one. Rusty Tudlick came to be eliminated from our suspect list now that his alibi has been confirmed. In his field interview from night Toby died, Rusty said he went to check on the trap just east of camp after dinner. The trap sensor log proves that someone did reset the trap located in L33 that night at 10:11 p.m. If the killer was located at F15 at 10:15 p.m. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Say that again.
So we saw that at 10:15 p.m. the killer was located on trail cam. So there's no way he could have been at 10:11 on one end.
Oh, I thought the trail cam and where he was at were super close together.
F15. The trail cam at F15.
So the other trail cam would have been at 10:30 or 10:45 then, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So F15
right. I messed up.
Was the first trail cam they were spotted on afterwards.
I thought it was the second trail cam, and it made total sense that he could have.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so the first trail cam, this one.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way that, so that does absolutely.
That makes it less shaky then. That's better, because that was not making any sense to me. How we could have jumped to that
solidifies it right there. So there's no way he could have been here at 10:15 if he was here at 10:11.
Yeah, agreed.
So, okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I feel better now. That was just so shifty before.
So, then whoever was resetting the trap couldn't also be the killer. There's too much distance between the two areas. Rusty also said he was injured by the Canada Lynx that had been trapped, and he wrapped up his injury when he returned to camp. The bloody gauze Amy sent for DNA testing had to be from this incident. The test results show that there were both human male DNA and traces of unknown DNA on the gauze. We compared the unknown DNA to samples from wildlife found in Alaska and showed that the unknown DNA matches the sample of a Canada Lynx DNA. The combination of these facts gives Rusty a strong alibi, leaving no opportunity for him to commit the murder. He did badmouth Toby a little bit in that video clip taken by Lillian, but that doesn't prove any potential motive. There are other suspects we can focus on in the meantime. Do you have a theory or two? I hope you can keep uncovering more about each subject. I have another job coming up that I need to take care of, so I'll let Amy give you the next update. Nice work, Investigator Michelle Gray. Private Investigator, Gray Investigations.
Holy crap, we only have 2 left. What?
Yeah, 2 episodes remaining on this. So we've got. When's the next episode? 3 weeks?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. But
I didn't show up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's in 3 weeks. April 27th is when we are scheduled to do episode 5. So yeah, so this is awesome that we were able to eliminate another suspect, and now we will be down to 3 remaining suspects on the list. I don't have a suspect list written out to cross people off.
So it would be Conrad. It would be Conrad and the 2 ladies, Conrad, Emma, and Lillian.
Yeah.
Right? Because Nigel's out, Toby's dead, Rusty's out.
Yeah. So.
Of those 3, my money's on Lillian.
And we didn't start with 6 this time, did we? I just noticed that.
Well, we started with 6 total.
No, not 10, 6. But we didn't start with 6 suspects.
Correct. No, we started with 6 bodies, and 1 died. So we had 5 suspects.
So 5 suspects. Yeah. So we started with 5 suspects. Which is
why we had to find a murder weapon, I think, on one of them.
Because, in the past, we've always had, when we've done cases, it's always been usually around 6.
Mm-hmm.
So chat, this is awesome. Let me get over here to this debriefing room. So this is what we've been able to find out, obviously, chat, is that Rusty's been eliminated, Nigel's been eliminated, and you said we're down to Conrad and Emma and Lillian.
Did you ever finish that? We got to talking about the trail cam stuff. Makes sense. Did you ever finish reading that? Okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't know. I was just asking.
Oh, yeah. I finished reading it. So it was talking about the rest of it. It was talking about the injured by the Canada Lynx.
I'd gotten that
and the gauze, and that with the combination of all this, it gives Rusty a strong alibi.
Okay, and then Amy will send us the future contacts.
Correct.
Okay, I got it. Yep. Thank you.
Chat, that I think is going to be it for this episode.
Gosh, how was the last one so hard? The rest of these have been pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one was very quick. It actually feels kind of like a breather after that last episode. So we will work on getting this episode put up on YouTube as well, and everything else. But until next time, chat, stay safe, stay strange, and we will see you all next time.